Welcome to Friday, end of a week again. Time for beer. It is the weekend and it's raining. Yeah, I've got to fix my garage. I'm getting some leaks down the side here. You see that? That's not good. And a couple of drips. So, which must mean I've not done it yet. I don't know if you guys have spotted, but I've not managed to put the doors in primer and bits like that. So I must do that this weekend as well. Tell me off if I haven't done it next week. Because they're getting a bit of surface rust on them. I've just got to do it. That's my fault, ignoring all that. So yeah, it's pissing down rain. Just trying to work out what I want to do on a Friday night. Apart from admire my stone chipping. So yeah, still looking quite good. Wonder if it'll look like that in a few years. So anyway, some bits have turned up. I think I might just let's try and recondition one of the top arms of the front suspension, just because it's something to do. I don't have to get the feeler out and do anything silly like that. And yeah, let's try that. Okay, bend a bit. So we've got our top arms. I'm gonna just replace the bearings in them. Here's a kit, come with it, new pin, new plate that goes on the end, 2 washers, thick and thin, 2 rubber seals that go around those, 2 needle roller bearings, and some nuts and bolts. Sometimes they come with nice new grease nipples as well. Ones I bought didn't. So what we need to do is get these bearings out. So sometimes they can tap out from the inside. You can get a pole down and just get on the edge of them and just tap them out. I think I did on the previous jet black video. I actually welded something to the end here and knocked it through from the other side. So yeah, that's another thing. There's a couple of other people that have done it on YouTube as well. Go check out their videos. Radius arm bearing or top arm bearing removals. Not saying I'm the best, that's for sure. So we'll try and knock something through. If not, what we're just going to do is we're going to try and just weld something to the bearing and then see if it taps out. Let's give it a go. Oh yeah, let's open a beer first. I need to sort some better lighting out, don't I? Happy Friday. Oh, I don't know if you can see, welded a crappy old bolt to the end and we're just hitting it to the end of the bearing. The heat helps. Sorry about the noise. And you can see the bearing hopefully coming out. And shoot, of course, they're boiling hot, ready to burn something. Some people are mostly asking, oh, why didn't you remove the bearings before painting? Because I wanted to show you how tough Pour 15 is with a bit of heat. It's coping lovely. Honest. Maybe remove your bearings before painting next time. Another one out. So, you know, it might not be the cleanest way of getting them out. Well, it is a fairly clean, to be honest, because I've done it before where I've tried to sort of grind them out with a die grinder. Sometimes my dad, you can, if you get a nice bit of metal with a nice clean edge on it, you can get to through them and tap them out. I'm sure there's proper tools to do it as well. But yeah, I've used a die grinder before when I've been desperate. And the trouble with that is it's quite easy just to get the scores on the bearing seat. This way it pulls them out nice and cleany most of the time. And yeah, so yeah, cool. And as I said, maybe do it before you paint it, but I'll tell you what, because this is all cast, it takes quite a lot to heat up. It's warm, but it's definitely not as hot as a bearing. So all we've got to do now is tap the other ones in nice and squarely. And that's it. We pretty much put the new pin in and jobs are good. And so let's do that. Hey, that's the bearings tapped in. Try and use a bit of wood if you can. I'll just try and start them with a hammer just so I can just see they're going in straight. Sometimes when you put a big bit of wood over the top, you really can't see what's going on, but that's just me. Every so often, just trying to make sure the bearings still, everything feels good and you haven't sort of bent stuff. That's the trouble with just hitting it. Used a bit of wood for the most of the way, and then just near the manky old spanner that's got a nice flat area, just to drop that in. So we'll find a little bit of grease, we'll pop the pin in, and that's pretty much done now. Obviously we need a new knuckle joint for the suspension and everything. I'm sure the grease nipples will be okay, but we'll try and pick some more up. And yeah, right, that's going a bit too easy. Well, let's find if the pin fits first. Sort of the line's a bit cacked. There you go, one reconditioned top arm. Something you can easily try and do yourself. It's not, well, bugger up, you bugger up. I'll give it a go, haven't you? So yeah, as I said, if you don't have a welder, you can use a Dremel, but again, be careful about the seat. How long these bearings last, I don't know. You best see if anyone comments on there for the best supply of these. I've just got these off eBay, a mini company on there. But yeah, I don't do enough miles in my car to actually even figure out whether they've gone. So, not like the rear ones where you've got a bronze bush that needs to be reamed, so it's a little bit trickier to do. You can still do it yourself. I've done it before with the help of my dad. I might not even need help this time. And, yeah, see what other people recommend. Sometimes these bearings and stuff can be so naff that you pick up. But yeah, let's see if we can knock the other one out. There you go, another one knocked out, pardon the expression. Yeah, going good. Watch out, they're off. Be careful what you throw them on so they don't catch a light. So yeah, give the bearings all a good clean out inside. Sometimes worth it also, if you can, try run something through it, you know, bit of rag with a pole on the end. Because the grease inside catches a lot of stuff. Not that you can go too far wrong, I hope, with these, but just watch the washers, the big thick washers, two thick washers, have a slight groove on one side. That faces inwards. I'm pretty sure that's just to help the old grease circulate around the end of the bush. That's what I think anyway, God knows. Well, a pretty productive hour. As you can see, people might recognise my old hat. I thought it was going to be cold enough to use, but no, it's not. So yeah, so there are two suspension arms, top arms, done, ready to go in the front subframe, because again, they're pretty much the only thing that obviously, and the rubber cones and suspension knuckle joints need to go in. If you're fitting high-lows anyway, they can go in and you can put the rubber cones in afterwards. But before you put the subframe in, it's a hell of a lot easier putting them in first. Definitely if you've got the engine in as well, you don't want to be taking them out, a pain in the arse. It can be done, but that's life. So anyway, yeah, so they're all ready to be bolted back into the new subframe, so that's good. Another job done. So we've still brake pipes are arriving soon, fuel pipe, haven't done the battery cable yet. Ordered up the sound deadening. I don't know how purists we're going to be, but yeah, I do like the silent coat stuff. They're very good. We're going to go, the last time we did the roof on the jet black, we did the 2mm stuff in the roof. They've got out this Dodo stuff now, which my dad's used a bit on the old Marcus. So we're going to put this Dodo stuff on the roof, and then we'll do the floors and stuff with this silent coat stuff, which I'm happy with. This is what I do. Some people do love it, some people don't love sound deadening because it traps water, blah blah blah. Again, I think these cars now, I don't know how often these cars are ever going to get driven by the next owners. Really not at all, I don't think. It's gone with the days where you just suddenly drive your car over to Europe and stuff. So anyway, that's it for now. Just another shot of the underside. Cheers for all the tips of the filler and stuff and the hardener. Good idea, squeezing the tube. So thanks for that. And again, thanks for all the comments. It is quite tough to do all this all the time, so I do appreciate a nice comment or two. I'd expect a few dislikes every so often. It's just life in the world, isn't it? As someone said, everyone's got an arsehole, just like an opinion. One opinion is like an arsehole, everyone's got one. Anyway, fondue, finally. We were supposed to have it last week, it got cancelled, so hopefully we have fondue for Friday night. And everyone have a good weekend. Let's try and crack on. Remind me if I haven't painted the other bits next week. And yeah, thanks for coming along and joining the ride. Keep an eye out. Anyone who's got a classic car that needs restoring that they just want to give away, give me a shout. I need one.